sound in the same old town. I wake up early with a sigh. The morning breaks to leave behind the night I need to get me by. Safe and lonely, it's the same old sound for days to come. I close the blinds and carry on. I'm not afraid to stay away. What comes around can stay, I'm fine. It's the same old sound, the common ground. Just leave me be, don't ask me why. Behind these walls, no one talks, and tears will freeze are left to dry. Safe and lonely, the night arrives, polluted lights. I open up and let it shine. The moonlit sky that never lies is what I need to get me by. Safe and lonely, safe and it's the same old sound in the same old town. I wake up early with a sigh. The morning breaks to leave behind the night I need to get me by. Safe and lonely, it's the same old sound for days to come. I close the blinds and carry on. I'm not afraid to stay away. What comes around can stay, I'm fine. It's the same old sound, the common ground. Just leave me be, don't ask me why. Behind these walls, no one talks, and tears will freeze are left to dry. Safe and lonely, the night arrives, polluted lights. old sound in the same old town. I wake up early with the sighs. The morning breaks to leave behind the night I need to get me by. Safe and lonely. It's the same old sound for days to come. I close the blinds and carry on. I'm not afraid to stay away. What comes around can stay unfound. It's the same old sound, the common ground. Just leave me be, don't ask me why. Behind these walls, no one talks. Tears for fears are left to dry.
Welcome to Foursquare self-checkout. Please scan and bag your item.
I've been down, I've been everywhere, but I'm alright now. I'm alright. I nearly drowned in my own despair, but I'm alright now. Yeah, baby, you can turn the rain into gold. Couldn't stop always messing around, but that has changed now. That has changed. I never thought I could settle down, but that has changed now. That has changed. Baby, you can turn the rain into gold. So this is what it means to fall in love. I like it. I used to think another wasted night, but not anymore. No, no. Baby, you can turn the rain into gold. So this is what it means to fall in love. I like it. I've been down, I've been everywhere, but I'm alright now. I'm alright. I nearly drowned in my own despair, but I'm alright now. Yeah. Baby, you can turn the rain into I couldn't stop, always messing around, but that has changed now. That has changed. I never thought I could settle down, but that has changed now. That has changed. Baby, you can turn the rain into gold. So this is what it means to fall in love. I like it. I used to think another wasted night.